Let me tell you about us. Our purpose here is to protect our black leaders from the racial onslaught of the pig.
What you got when you get back here, huh?
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I am so gifted, and I am actually reading the autobiography of Assata Shakur, and I came across this letter that she had written while she was incarcerated in May of 1973. She was actually arrested for allegedly killing a New Jersey state trooper, and she wrote this letter to address the community, our community, because her name was being slandered while she was incarcerated, and she felt the need to address our community to let us know where her heart was and what her intentions were. She had no way of really reaching the outside world because security and police officers were heavily monitoring her, and she didn't want to write letters because she didn't want, the prison officials to read her letters and all of that. So what she did was she had her sister, which is also her attorney, bring a tape recorder so that she can record this message so that her sister can get it out for her. And this letter was read across a lot of radio stations throughout the country. And like I said, I just felt very inspired to come here and share this letter with you, just in case you've never heard it before. And I really hope that it inspires you as much as it inspired me. I'm going to try my best to read out loud, and hopefully I don't be stuttering all over the place like Stuttering Stanley. Raise your hand if y'all ever had any issue reading out loud in school. I know when I was reading in my head, I'd be going off, but as soon as it comes to me reading out loud, I couldn't even read a word. So y'all, let's go ahead and get into this letter by Assata Shakur titled, "To My People." Black brothers, Black sisters, I want you to know that I love you, and I hope that somewhere in your hearts, you have love for me. My name is Assata Shakur, slave named Joanne Chesamord, and I am a revolutionary, a Black revolutionary. By that, I mean that I have declared war on all forces that have raped our women, castrated our men, and kept our babies empty-bellied. I have declared war on the rich who prosper on our poverty, the politicians who lie to us with smiling faces, and all the mindless, heartless robots who protect them and their property. I'm a Black revolutionary, and as such, I'm a victim of all the wrath, hatred, and slander that America is capable of. Like all other Black revolutionaries, America is trying to lynch me. I'm a Black revolutionary woman, and because of this, I have been charged with and accused of every alleged crime in which a woman was believed to have participated. The alleged crimes in which only men were supposedly involved, I have been accused of planning. They have plastered pictures alleged to be me in post offices, airports, hotels, police cars, subways, banks, television, and newspapers. They have offered over $50,000 in rewards for my capture. They have issued orders to shoot on sight and shoot to kill. I'm a Black revolutionary, and by definition, that makes me a part of the Black Liberation Army. The pigs have used their newspapers and TVs to paint the Black Liberation Army as vicious, brutal, mad dog criminals. They have called us gangsters and gun moles, and have compared us to such characters as John Dillinger and Ma Barker. It should be clear, it must be clear to anyone that can think, see, or hear that we are the victims and not the criminals. It should also be clear to us by now who the real criminals are. Nixon and his crime partners have murdered hundreds of third world brothers and sisters in Vietnam, Cambodia, Mozambique, Angola, and South Africa. As was proved by Watergate, the top law enforcement officials in this country are a lying bunch of criminals. The president, 2 attorney generals, the head of the FBI, the head of the CIA, and half the White House staff have been implicated in the Watergate crimes. They call us murderers, but we did not murder over 250 unarmed Black women, men, and children, or wound thousands of others in riots they provoked during the 60s. The rulers of this country have always considered their property more important than our lives. They call us murderers, but we were not responsible for the 28 brother inmates and 9 hostages murdered in Attica. They call us murderers, but we did not murder and wound over 30 unarmed black students at Jackson State or Southern State either. They call us murderers, but we did not murder Martin Luther King Jr., Emmett Till, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, George Jackson, Nat Turner, James Chaney, and countless others. We did not murder by shooting in the back 16-year-old Rita Lloyd, 11-year-old Ricky Bowden, or 10-year-old Clifford Glover. They call us murderers, but we do not control or enforce a system of racism and oppression that systematically murders black and third world people. Although black people supposedly comprise about 15% of the total American population, at least 60% of murder victims are black. For every pig that is killed in the so-called line of duty, there are at least 50 black people murdered by the police. Black life expectancy is much lower than white, and they do their best to kill us before we're even born. We are burned alive in fire-trapped tenements. Our brothers and sisters OD daily from heroin and methadone. Our babies die from lead poisoning. Millions of black people have died as a result of indecent medical care. This is murder, but they have got the gall to call us murderers. They call us kidnappers. Yet Brother Clark Squire, who was accused, along with me, of murdering a New Jersey state trooper, was kidnapped on April 2nd, 1969, from our black community and held on $1 million ransom in the New York Panther 21 conspiracy case. He was acquitted on May 13, 1971, along with all the others, of 156 counts of conspiracy by a jury that took less than 2 hours to deliberate. Brother Squire was innocent, yet he was kidnapped from his community and family. Over 2 years of his life was stolen, but they call us kidnappers? We did not kidnap the thousands of brothers and sisters held captive in America's concentration camps. 90% of the prison population in this country are black and third world people who can afford neither bail or lawyers. They call us thieves and bandits. They say we steal, but it was not us. It was not we who stole millions of black people from the continent of Africa. We were robbed of our language, of our gods, of our culture, of our human dignity, of our labor, and of our lives. They call us thieves, yet it was not we who ripped off billions of dollars every year through tax evasions, illegal price fixing, embezzlement, consumer fraud, bribes, kickbacks, and swindles. They call us bandits, yet every time most black people pick up our paychecks, we are being robbed. Every time we walk in a store in our neighborhood, we are being held up. And every time we pay our rent, the landlord sticks a gun into our ribs. They call us thieves, but we did not rob and murder millions of Indians by ripping off their homeland, then call ourselves pioneers. They call us bandits, but it is not we who are robbing Africa, Asia, and Latin America of their natural resources and freedom, while the people who live there are sick and starving. The rulers of this country and their flunkies have committed some of the most brutal, vicious crimes in history. They are the bandits, they are the murderers, and they should be treated as such. These maniacs are not fit to judge me, Clark, or any other black person on trial in America. Black people should and inevitably must determine our own destinies. Every revolution in history has been accomplished by actions, although words are necessary. We must create shields that protect us and spears that penetrate our enemies. Black people must learn how to struggle by struggling. We must learn by our mistakes. I want to apologize to you, my black brothers and sisters, for being on the New Jersey Turnpike. I should have known better. The Turnpike is a checkpoint where black people are stopped, searched, harassed, and assaulted. Revolutionaries must never be in too much of a hurry or make careless decisions. He who runs when the sun is sleeping will stumble many times. Every time a black freedom fighter is murdered or captured, the pigs try to create the impression that they have quashed the movement, destroyed our forces, and put down a black revolution. The pigs also try to give the impression that 5 or 10 guerrillas are responsible for every revolution action carried out in America. That is nonsense. That is absurd. Black revolutionaries do not drop from the moon. We are created by our conditions. shaped by our oppression. We are being manufactured in droves in the ghetto streets, places like Attica, San Quentin, Bedford Hills, Leavenworth, and Sing Sing. They are turning out thousands of us. Many jobless black veterans and welfare mothers are joining our ranks. Brothers and sisters from all walks of life who are tired of suffering passively make up the BLA. There is and always will be, until every black man, woman, and child is free, a Black Liberation Army. The main function of the Black Liberation Army at this time is to create good examples, to struggle for black freedom, and to prepare for the future. We must defend ourselves and let no one disrespect us. We must gain our liberation by any means necessary. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. In the spirit of Ronald Carter, William Christmas, Mark Clark, Mark Essex, Frank Heavyfields, Woody Chenga Olubala Green, Fred Hampton, Lil Bobby Hutton, George Jackson, Jonathan Jackson, James McLean, Harold Russell, Zaid Malik Shakur, Anthony Kumu Olubala White. We must fight on. Woo! Y'all was fighting for my life reading this letter. But thank you guys so much for listening to me read this letter by Assata Shakur called To My People. I really found this letter to be profound. Have you ever heard of this letter? Did you guys read this letter before? Have you read this book before? Let's chop it up in the comment section down below. Y'all let me know how you feel. But honestly, I feel like this book is helping me a little bit to be more, assertive in how I feel, not be so passive when I feel like people are treating me a certain way. It really is giving me more strength to stand in what I believe in, no matter what the situation may be. And I really hope that this inspires you to be more strong in your situations as well. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that we can grow. It looks like I'm already almost at 70 subscribers. My goal was to get to 60 subscribers by the end of September. Let's see if we can make it to 100 subscribers by the end of September. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this video again. Peace.
The Black Panther Party came under the guns of the FBI, as did all of the Black Liberation Movement. It didn't matter what positions you took. It mattered that people related to those positions, that people understood what you were saying, that people supported you. And I think that when J. Edgar Hoover and those who control the United States government understood how many young people looked to the party for leadership, how many young people were inspired by the Black Panther Party, how many young people supported the activities of the Black Panther Party. And it was, people, just ordinary street people, working people, mothers, grandmothers who would come to the office and bring clothes, come to the office and make donations. So the government just perceived us as a threat because they understood that we were serious. They understood we were telling the truth, and they understood also that we were becoming a much more sophisticated opposition. We were not just the piece of pie opposition, but that we wanted a real structural change in the United States.